Hey guys, it's Katie, and today I'm going to be doing like a current favorites, I guess technically. Let's see, today is March 16th, so it's right in the middle of the month. I did not do a February favorites, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers that just do current favorites, and it's kind of like whenever you are so struck by certain products or certain things to film a favorites. I think it's a little more authentic this way rather than trying to scramble for items that you're into every month. I don't know. I've also been really loving these things through like February too, some of them, but I just didn't really have time. I've been a busy gal. So this is totally random, like all across the board, just random stuff I feel like talking about that I'm really digging at the moment. So where shall I begin? Okay, I'll start with probably one of the most random things out of everything, and that is cards from Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's in general. Like, I couldn't live in a place that did not have Trader Joe's. I'm so obsessed with all their stuff. They have great prices, great products. I could do a whole other video on Trader Joe's and my love for it. But one thing that's kind of like a secret, I mean, I guess not anymore now, but like my hidden gem is their card selection. They change out their cards all the time. That one's one of my favorite ones right there. Hey girl, hey. They change these out all the time, and these cost 99 cents. So at like Target or whatever, there are always going to be like the more inexpensive cards and the expensive cards. I feel like you can really tell which ones are inexpensive and not, and it doesn't matter. Like, the idea of a card is just, it's like the thought that counts. But I just love these, and I love having these on hand because one of my kind of like resolutions or goals for this year is I've been trying to be really good about sending people birthday cards. So it's just nice to have these on hand. I pick some more up almost every time I'm there just to have a stockpile. So Trader Joe's cards is my first favorite of the moment. Another thing that I have been beyond obsessed with, to the point where I sometimes have to like reel myself in, is my Erin Condren planner. Now, I feel like I've talked about this before, and that's a whole other topic as well, but basically I'll try to do a close-up. But Erin Condren planners, there's like a whole world of people who are very into them. And my friend Lizzie, actually, I will link her Instagram below if I can figure out how to do that. But her Instagram is called Lizzie's Life Planner. I'll put it up on the screen, actually. And she is one of the most creative, amazing people who like decorates her planner. And it's almost like a scrapbook planner in one. So this year, when I got my 2017 planner, I kind of like committed to being a little more involved with it. How do I even explain this? Okay, so let me just show you some of my spreads. So mine is not as perfect and pristine and crafty as like Lizzie and a lot of the other people who do it like that. Mine is a little bit more all over the place, and I'll try to do like a close-up for you guys, assuming I have nothing too embarrassing on here. I don't think I do. I am obsessed with this thing. Like, it helps me to just stay so organized, and by nature I'm kind of a scatterbrained person, and this just helps me. This sounds weird, but this honestly helps me like live my life to the fullest, because I put in my work schedule every week, which is pretty much the same every week, but like that's the first thing I put in is work. Then I think about the things that I would like to do every week. So I personally try to get in 4 workouts a week. 5 would be great. Sometimes there's been like a week or 2 where it's only 3 because the week's been really busy, but 4 is my target number. So when I put in my work stuff, I look in and I'm like, okay, what are the 4 days I'm gonna work out? Boom, 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 boom. I write them in. And then they're like appointments in my schedule that I like don't miss. Like, you know, you just know what you have to do. I try to post something on YouTube once a week. So I try to kind of plan that, or like the different things that I want to do. And then I can plan like the fun things I'm going to do with my friends. And when I said it helps me live life to the fullest, it's just like, I don't know. I just find myself like, this sounds so ridiculous. Like, I'm not trying to live for my planner or through my planner, but it's fun to like enter these fun things. So it's kind of like more encouraging. I don't know. And so snowballing off of that, I've gotten these sticker books from Ban.Do. I can link these below too. Ban.Do makes their own planners, so these stickers don't like totally correlate with these Erin Condren planners, but they're stickers. They work, they fit. And they just have so many cute, like random little stickers, like date night and like just random stuff. And so it's really helped me to decorate my planner and keep things in check. And like, that's how I keep everyone's birthdays in here, and like, so I can send out my cards and all of that. Like, let me see. This was one of my favorite spreads. I don't know if you can even see that. This was from like my mom's birthday week when we had like a family reunion here in California. So I'm just really, really obsessed with this. These are expensive, but to me it's worth it if you use it and if you like, I don't know. I love it. So there's that. Next I'm going to talk about a couple books, and I actually only had one on my list to talk about, but then I just started a new book yesterday. So first of all, I primarily use Audible, which is an app, an Amazon app where you listen to audiobooks. I've talked about this. I'm a scatterbrain. I love reading, I really do, but like sitting still and reading, it's really hard for me to sit still and do anything. So Audible saves my life. So the book that I read last month, yeah, February, I don't know when I finished it, but it was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a... It's by Mark Manson, narrated by Roger Wayne. I had heard about that book and I didn't really know too much about it. I knew that it was a nonfiction and that it was just supposed to be kind of a funny book, an empowering book about how to stop caring so much. And that's definitely something that I need to work on. Is I'm like really sensitive. People who are really close to me know that I am so easily affected by things, and I let things like consume me, and I get my feelings hurt, and I'm like dramatic, and I don't mean to be dramatic. It's just like genuinely sometimes I get that way. And so I was like, okay, I need to listen to this book. And I kid you not, my thought process and my like overall feeling and approach to things literally changed after listening to this. Bear in mind, you know, it's not like I'm going to be shifted overnight necessarily, but it just helped me to think about things in a different perspective, to be a little bit more bold and to be a little bit more carefree. It's hard to even summarize the points of the story, but it's kind of like, you know, he mentions like that in reality, we have to give an F about things. Obviously, there are things in life that we have to care about, but just being kind of selective with what those things are and like how they pertain to your life and how to approach situations. And like it talked about like relationships, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm doing a horrible job, but it was a pretty short read or listen. I think it was like 5 hours, and I really enjoyed it. If you feel like you're somebody who overthinks things, or I don't know, you just want to maybe hear someone else's opinion on just how to lighten up a little bit, but without just becoming like this idiot who doesn't care about anything or doesn't do anything or doesn't contribute. That's not what the message is. It's really just how to approach your life like for you and care about the things that you should care about, and like stop freaking out about everything that everyone else says and does. And he touches on anxiety. Like it really just hit home for me, and it really kind of helped change my approach with things. So I recommend it. Now, as of yesterday, I started another book, and I've listened to like 3 hours since. So it's Big Little Lies by Leanne Mortuary. I don't know how to say her last name. Mortuary. That's a really not a good last name. Moriarty. That's Leanne Moriarty, and it's narrated by Caroline Lee. So that is a book that I'd been interested in for a long time. I had heard about it a long time ago. It's supposed to be like this comedy, thriller, mystery type thing, and then I heard HBO was doing a mini series on it with Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, Shailene Woodley, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to watch it, but I really, really wanted to read it first before I watched it, so that's what I'm doing right now so that I can watch it on HBO. So far, so good. I'm addicted. It's awesome. I already want to read Leanne Moriarty, I can't say that name, her other books. The narrator has like an Australian accent, because from what I can gather, the book is in Australia, and at first I thought that was gonna bug me. I know that sounds weird because I love accents, but when you're trying to like focus and concentrate on something, it can be distracting, you know? At first I thought that was gonna bug me, but it totally doesn't. In fact, it just plays up like the story of like where they are. And I've also had a hard time, like most of the time I listen to audiobooks that are nonfiction. So maybe they're an autobiography or something of that nature, because I have just found that that's more like listening to a podcast, or it doesn't require maybe as much like detailed focus. Do you know what I mean? So I was a little hesitant to listen to like a full fiction book on audio, but so far so good. Like, it's totally captivating. I'm totally into it. I can clean my room and shower and put away laundry. That's what I was doing yesterday. Like, I can do a million other things while listening to it and still totally follow along with the story. So I'm loving it. That one's a long one. It's like 16 hours or something, and I'm like three and a half hours in. So I'll keep you posted, but so far it's amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about product favorites, because people like that on favorites videos. I literally only have 2. I don't know why. I don't know. I just only have 2. So one is like an old favorite that I've kind of rediscovered, if you will. This is an old NARS palette, and the blush that I've been obsessed with is an oldie but a goodie, an old cult classic, and it's the Orgasm blush. That's like a product that pretty much put NARS like on the map, I would say, or that's what most people know. It's just like a really pretty peachy pink with shimmer. Kind of has like a corally vibe to it. I'll have to do like a close-up because that's not going to do it anything. I really like it, but I think I kind of steered away from it for a while because in my head I thought it was really peachy, really like cantaloupe-y, orangey peachy with a ton of shimmer. That was kind of how I envisioned it in my head. But the other day I put it on, I was reminded that it does have a beautiful pink, soft, natural look to it, and that the shimmer is there, but it's not like a yucky, like chunky, glittery shimmer. It's like a really pretty sheen, and it wasn't too much like I was thinking in my head. With that being said, you know, there's a time and a place and a certain look for it, I think. I mean, it is a great everyday blush, but I still have a ton of other blushes in my collection that I love, but I was just rejuvenated by it. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this stuff. It looks pretty on like almost every skin tone, I would say. It's definitely buildable but pigmented, and it will last you all day. Okay, the other product favorite that I basically can't stop using, I am wearing a different palette today, but what I've used almost every other day is this guy. It's a Morphe palette, and this is the Morphe by Kathleen Lights palette. It looks like so. So Kathleen Lights selected the colors to be in this palette. It's kind of a little random. I mean, there's some mattes, there are some, like, I guess it's not that random, but like these green, that's like an olivey green and a bright green, obviously. Then you have these kind of purpley shades. I love that you have a matte soft brow bone color and a shimmer brow bone color. You have a black, you have some really nice transition shades, some shimmers. I really love this thing. Shout out to Lauren, thank you so much. She got this for me as like a belated Christmas gift when we went up to the Morphe store in Burbank, and we were gonna get a different palette, or she wanted to get me a different palette, but then I saw this one and I was like, I think I want the Kathleen Lights palette. I also like adore Kathleen, so that helps. This packaging's super cute. It's like cardboard, but it's like nice and sturdy. Definitely would be good to travel with. And I have found that I can pull a million different looks from this, and every time that I wear it, which has been almost every day, the shadow quality is amazing. It lasts all day long. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, my eyeshadow looks good. And that doesn't always happen. You know, you'll have maybe some creases or some color fading throughout the day, but with this, it's been like awesome all day. So I really, really love this thing. I will insert a few close-ups, but yeah, this is great. I think you can still get this. We got it in store. It might be sold out online, but all of Morphe's palettes are amazing. So, and their brushes. Okay, so that's literally it, except I'm gonna talk about music that I haven't stopped listening to. So we're gonna get into that right now. If you don't care for music, then goodbye, so long, thanks for watching. But if you do, then let's listen. I don't have that many. It's mostly just 2 things, kinda, sorta. You'll see. So one is this song that I heard on Nikki Phillippi's favorites video. I guess this is a band that she personally knows, and this is like their first song or their first single or whatever. And I heard it once and I was like, I've listened to it, needless to say, 50 times since then. It's a great workout song, it's a great car song, it's a great everything song. It's by a band called Kylan Road, and it's called Here Now.
I get a little lost without you. Baby, I need you.
So yeah, it just has a cool vibe to it. I like the lyrics. I need you here now. I love it. So check it out. And then obviously my next favorite, like obviously if you know me, it is the Ed Sheeran album, Divide, Multiply. What is it called? Divide. Multiply was the last one. I I can't begin to tell you my love for Ed Sheeran. I've loved him since his first album. I just think he's the coolest person ever. And I recognize that I have not personally met him, but he just seems like the most down-to-earth, coolest person. And did you guys hear how, I don't know if like we knew before, but it just wasn't talked about until his album came out or what, but that he wrote Love Yourself by Justin Bieber, and that song was supposed to be on this album, but then he realized like it didn't go with the flow of the rest of the songs, but he knew it was going to be like a hit song, so he like sold it to Justin Bieber or something. I could be telling that wrong, but I know that he like was the main writer for that song, which is not surprising because he's such a talented writer. He just is so cool. I think Ed Sheeran is just cool. He writes some of the most beautiful, amazing, sweet love songs, but also just like some of the funniest lyrics that are just hard-hitting, and they like hard-hitting in the sense that they like resonate. Like you're just like, ah, like I don't even know how to describe it. So I'm obsessed with everything. Shape of You, Castle on the Hill, obviously I've mentioned those before. Those were the two first singles. I think people are really loving Dive. I feel like that's gonna be the next single.
So don't call me baby unless you mean it. And don't tell me you need me.
That song's so sweet and relatable. Like, yo, don't mess with my heart. Let me know how you're feeling. Ed Sheeran said that this is his favorite song he's ever written, and I'm definitely in love with it. It's probably gonna be like people's wedding songs. It's so sweet and perfect. Oh, it's called Perfect. That's funny. It's just so cute.
I will not give you up this time. I whispered underneath my breath that you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight.
Like, get out of here, Ed Sheeran. That song's so cute. Okay, one of my favorites, these are all like the depressing ones, but Happier, it's about like looking back at an ex who is with someone, and you're like admitting to yourself like, oh my god, I'm so torn up about this, but like, you look happier. Like, and then he's like, I was happier when I was with you, but you're happier now. I love it.
You look happier, you do. Ain't nobody hurt you like I hurt you. Ain't nobody love you like I do.
Okay, then this one just makes me want to go to Barcelona now. It's just such a jam.
On the dance floor tonight, I got 2 left feet and a bottle of red wine.
Then just 2 other quick shout outs and then I'll stop gushing about Ed Sheeran. What Do I Know, I think is such a great song, a great message. He's just talking about like world love and like loving each other and just how it's just so cute and clever. He's like, what do I know, but I'm pretty sure if we just started treating each other better, this world would be a much different place. And then Save Myself. I also think that's a really powerful song. It's an important subject because it's something that I think everyone hears about, like in relationships, like you have to be good for yourself before you can be good for someone else. And it gets a little annoying. You're like, yeah, I know. But like, it's actually really true. And you don't have to be perfect because you're never going to be perfect. And you will still be like, oh crap, I have this thing that I need to kind of work on, or that thing or whatever, when you are in a happy relationship. But I just think it's an important subject, and I think it's cool that he wrote a song about it, and it's like really heartfelt, and it's the last song on the album, and it's just like him just putting it all out there. Like the whole time he says, before I save someone, I have to save myself, and then the last line is like, before I love someone, I have to love myself. And it's just food for thought, and a very beautiful put together song. So Ed Sheeran doesn't disappoint. I'm so excited he's going on tour. That'd be cool if maybe I go see him. I don't know. I've seen him before. He opened up for Taylor Swift like twice. I think I've seen him 2 or 3 times. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I will be back soon with other videos. But for now, I don't know when I'm posting this because it's not a February or a March favorites. It's just a current favorites. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below and I will catch you guys next time. Love you. Bye.
The club isn't the best place to find the lovers, at the bar is where I go. Girl, you know I want your love.